Howdy y'all, this is Bubba Fett here. I'm just doing a quick video on my chicken coop, just showing off the progress. Well, for starters, this is a chicken coop. It's just a basic old Florida cracker type built, lean-to, nothing special. I actually got this used from a cousin of mine, and I put some Army OD green paint on it to kind of hide it back here, so people can't really see what we got going on. Operational security again. Our neighbors don't even know we got chickens, even though they roam all over our property. You can't really even, they stay in the shadows, and they don't really, we only have hens. We have no roosters. Because again, I don't want people figuring out we got chickens. But basically this is the pen they sleep in. I still got to make some lay-in boxes. Almost want to say brooder for whatever reason. Let me try to show you the area the pen used to be. It's basically from those two trees and where the bricks are at is where you had chicken wire and T-posts. And basically what was happening, it worked for a while after we took them out of the brooders because they were tiny, but then they got big and they just basically leaped over the chicken wire. And they started going around the yard and crapping on everything. That pallet chair is covered in crap. We got a fire pit back in the woods over here, and that's covered in crap. And basically my son started to push the chicken wire in and trample the T-post. He actually bent one, and he's not even, if I could find it. I think I threw it out already. No, here it is. He actually bent a T-post, and he's not even 2 yet. I mean, look at that. Just by putting his body weight on it and pushing. But between my son trying to get in and the chickens getting out and crapping everywhere, we felt it was time to expand our chickens' little coop pen area and make it more like a little prison. After all, there's a high risk of salmonella poisoning when you have chickens, especially if you have little kids that don't know better and they just basically pick chicken poop up and they play with it, like we caught my son doing. We had to scrub his hands. And we basically don't want him getting sick and dying from it, because that's happened before. So you gotta exercise caution if you have chickens. So basically what I've done is run just basic pasture fencing all the way around this area, using a lot of the trees as posts. I made this little gate here, and yeah, it's crooked. Again, I'm doing this on the cheap. All that matters is that pallet over there is going to serve as a good door here, and I'll put some hinges on it. I'm going to get the hinges from the flea market. I could get a pair of hinges for $1.50 a hinge. You can't beat that in this area. And as long as the door shuts, I'm basically going to put a little eye latch on there, just like what I have on my chicken fence coop door. And that'll basically be it. Just something simple to keep my son out, keep the chickens in. I've already measured it, and that pallet fits in this opening long ways. And then I'm probably going to put something on top to keep the chickens from coming out, or I might put chicken wire at the bottom. I haven't really figured the door out. We'll have to cover that later on in this video. But basically right now I'm taking the old chicken wire and I'm tying it to the bottom, because believe it or not, we have there are chickens that will fit through the small squares in this pasture fencing. We have 4 Rhode Island Reds and 4 black Bald Rock chickens, and they're kind of like a speckled chicken. And the Bald Rocks are a little bit younger and a little bit smaller than the Rhode Island Reds, and as I understand, they are a smaller breed. So, to hedge our bets, we're putting chicken wire along the base around here, and hopefully that keeps the Bald Rocks from squeezing through. I already tested this without any chicken wire, and I kind of blocked the door over here, and the Rhode Island Reds couldn't fit through the squares. They tried and they couldn't get out. The Bald Rocks basically squeezed out. Basically right below my Duck Dynasty mug, is squeezed out right here, and they're over in the woods somewhere, just chilling and eating bugs. There's tons of bugs over there. To seal the back, I got another roll of 50-foot chicken wire, and I measured this. This is 25 feet from that tree right there all the way across to that tree right there. It's 25 feet. And I got 50 feet, so I can do it twice with the chicken wire I got. And it'll make a pretty high chicken wire fence. That's probably about as high as this fence, but made out of chicken wire. That should keep the chickens in here. we'll have to test it out later. I'm actually going to test it out and put it on the end of this video. But let me get back to what I was doing, and I'll see you guys in a second. Welcome back. This is completion of my chicken coop project. As you can see, we got the chicken wire running all along the bottom of the fence. The fence is tight, and if you notice, we tighten the fence the cheap way by just stretching it by hand and then tightening it a couple squares here and there with a pair of pliers. Put some tension in there. So this thing is really tight, really well. More chicken wire. I put all the chickens inside the coop, or I herded them in there. And you can see back there, you got chicken wire running up the top. And then when I ran out, I put some metal string. And they've tried jumping through there, and they touch the string and they flip out and they fall back in the pen. The black ones are the smart ones. They've been trying to figure a way out of here. The red ones are just fine that there's food and water in here. I don't know if you can see those bad boys in there, but yep, the project is over with. I'm going to test this over the next couple weeks, see how well I've done it. But all in all, I'm satisfied with it. It did take almost all day to get this done. I did take a break, and the heat wasn't too kind. Yeah, they are back here in the shade of the coop. But and then the other ones are actually under the pen. But yep, so far so good. And you know, this is just a simple project anyone could do. You don't need that much space or a big farm. I mean, this is just a small corner of our yard, and it's enough for 8 chickens. Small coop, and these are all egg-laying chickens, Rhode Island Reds and the Bald Rocks. They're almost at egg-laying time. We're gonna have to start making some little nesting boxes, and I'll do a video about how to do the nesting boxes. But you know, this wasn't too difficult. I believe anybody could do this. You just have to put the time in and just kind of think about it. I wrote the plans down on exactly what I was going to do. And this is the byproduct. But again, this is Bubba Fett signing off for now. And God bless.